Yen is a project that's addressing the yield plateau that we've been experiencing in winter wheat crops over the last 15 years. It's a competition looking at who in a given year can achieve the highest yield or the closest to theoretical yield, and there are prizes awarded for farmers' crops and research plots within that competition. The Yen has caused me to look at yield formation in a completely different way to my normal approach. I think you've got to start looking at the resources that the crop has available to it. So they are light, water, nutrients and carbon dioxide. You can't do a lot to manipulate carbon dioxide levels, but the yield enhancement network very much focuses on light and water as resources, and then that's supported by nutrient use. It's quite extraordinary that Tim Lamyman has even entered the competition. He bucks the trend in that respect, in that most of the applicants are submitting crops that are being grown on very heavy moisture retentive soils, which are completely different to the site here. I think what's interesting about this site is that taking last year's results, most people were achieving 60 to 68% of the theoretical yield. Here, last year, when Tim broke the UK record, he was closer to 90% of actual yield, which is very unusual. I think what's also unusual about the site, apart from the soil type, is that if you do a calculation on how much nitrogen a high yield potential crop needs, it needs 320 kilos of nitrogen. Well, Tim isn't anywhere near to that, so his utilisation of nutrients on the site is very good. So the reason why Tim and Simon are doing so well on this site, I think, comes down to good nutrition of the crop. They're applying Delta to ensure that the crop is never short of good nutrition. I think that is delivering this objective of extending the light capture period in a crop. So Delta treated crops are very quick to grow in the autumn. They start capturing light early in the spring. And the other thing that I've noticed on this site is that the crops hang on longer. So they're maintaining green leaf area later in the year compared with other crops. People are joining the competition for various reasons. Some are pursuing high yield potential very hard, others are seeing it as a learning experience. I think most of the farmers have been interested in the theoretical yield calculations, which are a lot higher than they're experiencing commercially, and I think that's causing them to re-look at their agronomy and their practice to develop yields further. I feel it forces you to look at these two main limiting factors, water use and light capture, and adjust your agronomic programs to try and deal with those issues. All agronomists and farmers have to do is to do some basic monitoring of the crop, recording growth stages, use of inputs. They need access to a weigh bridge so that the yield can be weighed accurately at the end of the competition, and they need to provide a sample of the crop, 100 tillers at about this time of the year, about two days before harvest, and also a grain sample. And for that, they get a detailed analysis of the components of yield, the protein content of the crop, so they can do a back calculation as to whether the fertiliser rates were correct or not.